Hello, Prime Minister Netanyahu. My name is Jonah, and I made Aliyah from the United States 4 years ago. In the United States, I witnessed the wave of delegitimization and the public diplomacy challenges that Israel faces. In light of this, why have you allowed Avigdor Lieberman to serve as our foreign minister, considering that he is completely incompetent at the position, that he has single-handedly created several diplomatic crises, and that he has publicly challenged the stated positions of your own government? Thank you, ותודה רבה.
Well, first of all, Jonah, I'm glad you emigrated to Israel, made Aliyah. It's good that you're here, so now you can realize that our politics are somewhat different from those in the United States. In the United States, you don't need a coalition. You just form a government any way you want. President can appoint anyone he wants. In Israel, you appoint cabinet members based on the distribution of votes to the parties. I think your characterization of Avigdor Lieberman is wrong. I think that I think that he shares many of my concerns about security. He's opened up some important places that Israel didn't really have diplomatic opening to in Africa, in Central and Eastern Europe, and elsewhere. But you know, if you really want to change Israeli politics, why don't you vote in the next elections? Give the Likud 95 seats, and that way we can choose whoever whoever comes to mind at a particular time.
So you're saying to Yonah that if you could, Avigdor Lieberman wouldn't be your first choice for foreign prime minister. You understand that he is scaring the world and speaking in a different voice than you.
No, look, first of all, he's not Avigdor Lieberman. Is a colleague and a friend, and we work together on important issues regarding Israel's security and its future. The second thing is that I think that it's just not true to say, try to attribute to him or to any one person the problems that we face. We have 60 years of cumulative, bad propaganda against us, especially since the Six-Day War. That's almost half a century.
But then Yonah is saying that he can hear you saying one thing about the peace process, and then he sees Avigdor Lieberman standing in the UN Council saying something totally different.
That's natural in a coalition process.
And it's inside, but when he goes abroad, it's...
We don't have a presidential system. We have a parliamentary system, and that's common in many places. But ultimately, the decision is made by the prime minister and approved by the cabinet. But here's the point I want to say. Israel is receiving sustained attacks, delegitimizing it, because people don't hear these kinds of interviews because there's systemic violation of the truth. I said before, how many people who are hearing me now know that 20% of Israel's citizens are Arabs, that there are Arab Knesset members in our parliament, that there have been Arab ministers in the government, that there are Arab doctors, lawyers, judges. There's an Arab judge on Israel's Supreme Court, an Arab judge in a district court recently, just a week ago, sentenced the former Israeli president, an Arab judge. How many people know that? This is a free country. This is the only place where Arabs have full rights under the law. And around us, and women, Arab women have full rights. Around us, you know, in this vast expanse of darkness, you know, Arabs have no rights. Their rights are trampled on. Women are treated as chattel, they're brutalized, they're stoned for adultery. Gays are hanged. Israel is a free country for Arabs, Jews, and
here
all of
was
its
Jonah
citizens.
asking one question and getting all the...
Jonah got two questions.
Yeah, got two answers, but I want to go on.
Jonah said something about the foreign minister, which I answered, but Jonah talked about delegitimizing Israel, which I've also answered, because the only way to combat falsehood is to tell the truth. I just did.